Can we go thrift shopping?
Hey everybody, it's Shayna, also known as Thrifty Nurse. I'm going to show you some of my favorite solds from the last month or so in this video today. Things that I've sold on eBay, Facebook, and Mercari. I've been working on getting listings done a lot more, and therefore my sales have increased. I've definitely noticed a big difference. I've sold a lot of different vintage stuff. A lot of those t-shirts I found at the Epic Vintage Shirt Yard sale from the video I did maybe like a month ago. A lot of other just different vintage stuff I've found thrifting or at estate sales or other yard sales. Some artwork, some Christmas stuff, just a whole variety of different things. So if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe and leave some comments. If you hit the little bell, you'll get alerts when I post new videos. I try to post just about every week. You can also follow me on Instagram under the Thrifty Nurse. And yeah, I hope you guys like this video. There's some really good bolo items in here, and I hope it helps y'all when you're out sourcing. So I will see you guys next time. Hope you're having a good week. Stay thrifty. So this first item here I found at a thrift store for $1, sold it for $23 plus $7.99 shipping. It's a vintage Cabbage Patch doll making kit, and it had all the pieces in it, and it sold pretty fast. This is a vintage board game I found for $1 at the same thrift store. It sold for $26 plus $7.99 shipping. It's called In Search of Identity. It's a Black History, like Monopoly style game. It was actually really cool. The board looked awesome, and it sold pretty fast as well. These are some vintage Robert Ferber floral artwork pictures that I found at a thrift store for $1 each. They sold for $40 plus shipping. An Emerson VCR DVD combo for $56 plus $13.50 shipping. I actually found that in the trash for free. This is a Pottery Barn kids quilt I got for $3, sold it for $52 plus $10 shipping. I threw in a pair of sheets that I found for free in a trash bag of clothes. The sheets did have some flaws, but the blanket was in good condition. And I actually got 3 blankets that day, and they all sold for really good prices. This is a second one I got for $2 or $3, and it was sold for $44 plus shipping. Insane Clown Posse. This is a vintage Laura Ashley dress I got out of town at a thrift store for about $4. Sold it for $42 plus shipping. That's a great vintage brand. This is a swimsuit plus size tankini I found at the bins. I sold it for $42 plus shipping, paid probably about $1.50 for it. This is a vintage dress I found out of town for $3 or $4 and sold for $32 plus shipping. It actually sold pretty fast. I was kind of bummed out because I kind of wanted to keep that one. It was really cool, but I'm glad it sold. This is a skirt I found at the thrift store for $3. It was in Raleigh, about an hour from here, and I sold it for $46 plus shipping. I had never heard of that brand before, but apparently it's an expensive designer brand. This is a MacBook I found in the trash with that VCR. I had no way to test it because I didn't have the cord for it, and it was all banged up, but it sold for $100. I sold it for parts, and the buyer paid shipping. This is a Lilly Pultzer dress I found out of town for $3 or $4. It sold for $46 plus shipping, and that's another brand that's always great to pick up. These are some vintage men's swim trunks. I found these at a yard sale and a fill-a-bag sale. I paid maybe 50 cents. They sold for $22 plus shipping. This is a vintage Zigzag shirt. So this came from the biker yard sale. A lot of these shirts were $1 or $2, some were free, and then some of the nicer ones were like $5. There's another one that came from the biker yard sale. She did end up giving me like an overall discount because I bought so much stuff, so I don't know exactly how much I really paid per shirt. But a lot of them had stains or flaws, like that one you can see had flaws. This one was really ripped up and flawed. I wasn't really sure how to price them. A lot of them sold almost instantly, so I think I probably could have got more, but considering how cheap I got them, I am more than happy with what I made on them. These are some Keen sandals I found for $2 or $4, sold for $35 plus $7.99 shipping. That's another great brand to pick up. They always sell for me. Ralph Lauren floral shorts, got these for $1, sold for $32 with free shipping. Those were in my Thrift 5 and 15 video. And this is another item from that video, the Home Alone doll. I got that for 50 cents, sold it for $24 plus $5.99 shipping. It did have a pull string in the back, but it sounded like a chipmunk. It didn't really work that good, and it had some stains. These are shorts from the biker yard sale. I think I got these for free. They did have some light stains, and they sold for $17 plus $5.99 shipping. They were really cool. This is another shirt from that yard sale, Rolling Stones. This one sold for $60 plus shipping, and it was from 1989. It did have some red dye transfer, you can kind of see there. Otherwise, I could have got a lot more. This is a vintage Leonard shirt from 1977, sold for $30 plus shipping. This one was obviously a favorite of the guy that owned them. It had heavy stains and a lot of wear. Otherwise, I could have got a lot more for this one as well, but I think that was a pretty fair price. Here's another Leonard shirt. This one was in better shape. It sold for $70 plus shipping. This was also from the biker yard sale. I think I paid $1 for this one. And these all sold really fast. That was such a great yard sale. This is a vintage dress I got in a fill-a-bag sale. I paid maybe 50 cents. It sold for $32 plus shipping. I got a lot of these dresses at this thrift store. Some of them were in my very first YouTube video, but this one I went back later and got. This is a Maeve Anthropology skirt I got at an estate sale for $3, sold for $27 plus shipping. It also sold pretty quickly. I've had some great clothing sales lately that I've been really happy with. This is a American Red Cross dress. I found this at the bins, paid maybe 50 cents. It sold for $50 plus shipping. At the bins, everything is by weight, and this was definitely less than a pound. I think it's $1.50 a pound there, so it was pretty cheap. These are two shirts, one from the biker yard sale and another that I found for free. They sold in a bundle for $50 plus shipping. And the white shirt right there, that one had some stains on it. The other one was in great condition. This is another yard sale shirt from the biker yard sale, sold for $65 plus shipping. It's a Rossington Collings band shirt, and all these shirts were from the 70s or the 80s. This one had some stains, but not terrible. This is a vintage baby dress I sold for $20 plus shipping. It came on a stuffed animal that I got at the thrift store for 50 cents, and I sold the stuffed animal separately. I had so many dresses like this when I was a baby. I almost wanted to keep it because it's just so nostalgic to me. This is another biker yard sale shirt. I think I got this one for $1 or $2. It sold for $49 plus shipping. It's a vintage Dale Earnhardt shirt. It was a really cool design, and it sold pretty fast. Here is a vintage swimsuit. I picked this up at an estate sale for $1. It sold for $60 plus shipping. It also sold super fast. I was going to keep this for myself, but unfortunately it did not fit me, so I let it go. This is a anime shirt I got on quarter day at the thrift store. It sold for $17 plus shipping. I was able to use Google Lens and find out it came from a subscription box. Here's some vintage lingerie I got at a fill-a-bag sale. Probably paid $0.25 or 50 cents. It sold for $22 plus shipping. Vintage lingerie always does really good for me, and this sold pretty quickly. I think I only had it listed for a couple days. Next up is a bundle. It's a vintage jean dress and a floral cardigan. I think I thrifted both of these for maybe like $3 or $4, and they sold, I think it was $50 plus shipping. I can't quite remember where I got those though. Next up is a Santa tree topper. I either got this for free or for 50 cents at the after Christmas sale at a thrift store. I actually sold it once before and it got returned to me. There was some issue with the buyer's address and then their account was deleted. I had no way to reach them, so I ended up getting paid twice for it because it sold again. And the same person also bought these stocking hangers. I got these at a thrift store for 50 cents a piece. She checked out separately, so they shipped separately. And then there is a vintage Kurt Adler angel tree topper. This sold for $26 plus shipping. This sold to somebody different. I know I got this one at the 50-cent sale after Christmas at the Salvation Army. I think that's where I got the other ones too. It's hard to keep up. This is a Salvatore Faragimo silk tie. I have no idea if I'm saying that right. Sold for $25 plus shipping. I know it's a designer brand and I think I could have got a lot more for it, but I had it listed for a while, so I just took an offer on it and let it go. I think I got it at a thrift store for like $1. This is a vintage piece of artwork, sold for $53 plus $10 shipping. I picked this up at a thrift store for $2 or $3, and I had no idea what it was, but Google Lens helped me. This is a vintage Victoria's Secret nightgown, sold for $28 plus shipping. I think I picked this up out of town at a thrift store for $2. It's a gold label Victoria's Secret. If you ever see that kind of label, they usually go for a lot of money, and I could have got more for this one had I held out, but I just took an offer on it. These are some True Religion jeans. I got these at a fill-a-bag yard sale for like 50 cents maybe. They sold for $27 plus shipping. True Religion, of course, is a good brand to pick up most of the time. This is a really cool Brooks & Dunn flag shirt. It sold for $24 plus shipping. I think I got this at a thrift store out of town for like $3. I thought it would go for a bit more than that, but that's still not a bad profit. These are some Merrell shoes I got for $3 in the Thrift 5 and 15 video. Sold for $36 plus shipping. Merrell is, of course, always another great brand to pick up, and they always sell well for me. These are some Reebok Crossfits. I got those at the same store for $3. They sold for $27 plus shipping. These were also in that Thrift 5 and 15 video. I got a bunch of shoes that day, and I've sold several pairs. Reebok Crossfits usually do pretty well. These are more shirts from the biker yard sale. Well, this one is. The lady actually was so embarrassed when I found this shirt because it's a little graphic. But I think I got that one for $1, and then this one was from the fill-a-bag sale at a different yard sale. Maybe 50 cents. This purse I actually sold before. It was in excellent condition, the one I had before, so it sold for about double what this one sold for. But I found them both at the same thrift store for $2, but like several months apart. And it's really weird because they're from a subscription box. They're not that common. This is a vintage swimsuit by Beach Cabana. I almost kept this one for myself, but I ended up letting it go for $26 plus shipping. I think I got this in a fill-a-bag sale at a thrift store, so it was probably like a quarter or maybe even less. I had a ton of stuff stuffed into that bag. It was really cute. This was also from the fill-a-bag sale. It's a Shirley of Hollywood leather corset. It sold for $32 plus shipping. This sold super fast, like I think maybe an hour or two after I listed it for full asking price. And then we have these salt and pepper shakers, sold for $22 plus shipping. These were from a lot off of Shop Goodwill. I was shocked nobody else was bidding on it. I ended up getting 5 pairs of salt and pepper shakers for like $12 shipped, and they're all really nice. They'll probably all sell for about that price range. This is the first one that sold. These are We Guitar Hero set. There's 2 of them. One sold for $63. I think the other sold for $65. These were from that $100 Wii bundle I got in the Thrift 5 and 15 video. So I'm already in the profit just off these 2 sales, and I still have a ton of Wii stuff left to sell. This is another shirt from the biker yard sale. I think I paid $3 or $5 for this one. It was in a little bit nicer shape. It had a really cool design from New Orleans on the back. It did have a couple of faint stains, but nothing major. So the nicer one she charged a little bit more for. This is a vintage duck stamp artwork. It has the stamp and then it has the matching art. I got this at a thrift store for like $5 or $6. Somebody told me it was worthless. It ended up selling for, what was that, I think $45 or $50 there. So it's definitely not worthless. These are some cycling shoes. I picked these up at a thrift store for like $2 or $3. They sold for $50. I had no idea anything about these other than what was on the actual shoe, like the little cleat things on there. People kept messaging me, asking me about them, and I'm like, I have no idea. but they sold really fast anyway, so that was good. This is another vintage artwork I found at the thrift store for like $3 or $4. This one sold for $35 plus shipping. It was super cute, little basset hound watercolor picture. I don't really know who the artist was. It's signed Chris, but I couldn't really find out any information on it, and I took a best offer on it. This is another VCR DVD combo. This one sold for $120. It's by Magnavox. That's a great brand. And this one I got at the thrift store for $6. Here's another shirt from the biker yard sale. Sold for $40 plus shipping. It is a NASCAR shirt, and I think I paid $1 or $2 for this one, and it was in pretty good condition. Here we have another artwork. This is a needlepoint framed art, sold for $38 plus shipping. I think I got this one for like $2 at a thrift store on my lunch break several months ago. It did take a while to sell. I had some offers on it initially that I turned down, but I ended up selling it anyways. This is from a fill-a-bag yard sale where I got that other stuff earlier I was talking about. Probably paid like 50 cents. They let me stuff it into the bag, and it sold really quickly on eBay for full asking price. Somebody added these beads to hang it, so that was like an addition. Vintage horror VHS. This is Halloween 3, sold for $40 plus shipping. I got this at a yard sale for 50 cents. Those are definitely a bolo. This thing I got at the bins for like maybe $1.50, sold for $55 plus shipping. I had no idea what it was. Google Lens ended up telling me it was a bolo, so that was a really great find. It's some kind of toy. I still don't really know what it is. This is a vintage Asian artwork, sold for $65 plus shipping. It did have a couple little flaws you'll see here in the pictures, but it was absolutely gorgeous. I got this at the thrift store for like $3. So you can see the little like nick in the print right there. There was a couple of those, but the colors were just gorgeous, and it did sell for full asking price, so somebody else agreed with me. That was the marking on it, and there's the whole picture. I just loved that. I thought it was so pretty. These are some nightgowns I picked up for 75 cents a piece from my very first video on here. Somebody bundled them all together for $65. They're by Anthony Richards. I have sold these in the past as well, and they usually do pretty good. This person was buying them for their mom that was in the hospital. We ended up kind of talking, and I stuck a couple of necklaces that I had from Goodwill Blue Box in there as a free gift, and she was super happy about it. This is a vintage board game I picked up for $1 at a thrift store, sold for $50 plus shipping. It was some kind of like military themed game with airplanes. It had some writing on a lot of the little paperworks in there, which of course I disclosed, but it still sold for $50, so I think these are pretty hard to find. When I looked up comps, they looked really good. These are two dresses that were from my first video where I got the whole cart for $10. Sold for $43 plus shipping total for the two, and they were probably like 10 cents or less. That was a ridiculous deal I got on that cart full. This is another biker yard sale shirt. This one sold for $26. I kind of messed up on this one. I wasn't paying attention when I was listing, and I listed it for lower than I meant to, but I just went ahead with the sale because it was still a really good profit, and the person was really excited to get it, and I didn't want to be the mean seller that canceled, so I just let it go. This is another vintage shirt from that biker yard sale. This one sold for $45 plus shipping. It's a vintage Charlie Daniels band shirt. It did have quite a bit of staining, some red fabric dye transfer, and the hem just looked kind of wonky. But somebody wanted it, and it sold. I was kind of surprised that these sold so well in the condition they were in. This is a Thomas Kincaid Christmas decoration, sold for $25 plus shipping. It is one of 3. The other 2 have also sold, and I got all 3 of them at an estate sale for like $2 or $3 a piece. This was the lowest priced one that I sold. The other one sold for a bit more. These pillows, so I sold all 4 of these for $75 initially, and the buyer returned them. So I relisted and somebody ended up buying the 2 larger ones for $70 and then somebody bought the 2 smaller ones for $75. So I ended up doubling my money by taking that return. So I'm super glad the lady returned them and I was able to resell them for double the profit. I only paid 50 cents a piece, so $2 total at the thrift store. These are some Spider-Man Vans. I found these at a yard sale for $5. They sold for $30 plus shipping. Normally I won't pay that much, especially for kids' shoes, but they were in excellent condition and I knew they would sell, so that's still a pretty good profit in my opinion, and they were worth picking up. This is a jacket I picked up at the thrift store. It's a Harlan leather vintage jacket. It sold for $75 plus shipping. It took forever to sell. It's one of the very first things I ever bought to resell. Paid $20 at a thrift store last fall and it has been listed at various prices ever since. So I'm glad it's gone. This is a set of Pier 1 plates, sold for $20 plus shipping. I got these for like $1 a piece at the thrift store. Thought they would go for a little bit more than they did. I was kind of surprised. They also took a long time to sell, but that's still a profit, so it's good with me. They're really cute, I thought. These are some Nikes. I literally dropped my phone when I saw these in the thrift store. I got them for $3. They sold for $70 plus shipping. These are absolutely the coolest Nikes I have ever found thrifting. I never find Nikes in that good of condition and that cool of a design. They had that one little flaw right there and that was it. And they're actually pretty new. That's the tag in case anybody wants to see it. Definitely a bolo. This is from the biker yard sale. It is a one-of-a-kind hand-painted artwork. I actually paid $40 for this. I was initially going to keep it, but then I realized we don't really have anywhere good to hang it, and it deserved to be displayed. It was just super awesome, so I listed it and somebody bought it for $75 plus shipping. Hopefully they display it in their house and it gets the love it deserves. She was actually initially asking like $100 for it, so I talked her down quite a bit, and then she did give me an overall discount, so I probably paid a little less than $40. But either way, not the best profit, but I'm still happy with the sale. This I found at a thrift store out of town for like $3 or $4. It is a Charles Bibbs lithograph. It sold for $150 plus shipping on eBay. I was going to sell it locally for $75. I had it listed for $200. I'm glad I turned that down and waited because I ended up making double that. And my last item is a huge bolo. It is a preferably pink Silkstone fashion model rare Barbie. I got this on Shop Goodwill. I kind of got into a bidding war and I went way over what I initially had planned to spend on it, but I spent about $200 on it. They usually go for anywhere between $400 and $600. Mine went for $450. It was missing like the purse and I think another little piece, and it did not have the original shoes, so that's why it went on the lower end, but I still doubled my money, and it's actually the first item I have ever shipped internationally. It's on its way to China and hopefully it gets there soon. It's kind of making me nervous. I don't like this global shipping thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something from it and found some good bolo items to keep a lookout for. Stay thrifty and good luck with your sales. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
One man's trash, that's another man's come up. Like your granddad.